The Moment of Truth with Curt Wells.
Few hunting skills are more difficult to master than judging black bears. Even veteran bear hunters make mistakes, but there are some techniques that will help. If you haven't yet seen the bear but have a track, measure the front paw across the pad. If it's 5 inches wide, add 1 and you're probably looking at a good 6-foot bear. A 4-inch pad was likely left by an average 5-footer. When you first see a bear, forget weight. Almost no one can accurately estimate a bear's weight. Your first task is to determine if the bear is a boar, and attitude plays a huge role. Sows and small boars will be fearful of other bears. Big dominant boars will walk around like they own the place, fearless and with no hesitation. If they act cautious, it's probably because they know you're there. If you see 2 adult bears together, the larger one is likely a boar and the rut is on. Pay special attention to the front legs, specifically the wrists and paws. The paws of a sow often appear narrow and tapered to a point. Large boars typically have thick front legs and wrists and the paws look squared off. They also tend to walk bow-legged with a swagger and may have a belly that hangs below their elbows. Closely examine the head. If the structure of the biting muscles on top of the head creates a faint crease, it's probably a boar. A long wide muzzle and ears that appear small and closer to the side of the head rather than on top are also good signs. You can also help yourself in several ways. Cut a log 5 feet long and lay it near the bait. If the bear from nose to tail is longer than the log, he's a boar. Or create a reference mark that is 36 inches off the ground by marking a tree or driving a T-post into the ground near the bait. If a walking bear is taller than 36 inches, it's probably a good boar. Placing an attractant 5 feet high on a tree will force a bear to stand up, possibly exposing evidence of sex. Be aware that some sows have long, thick fur that can make them look bigger than they are. Sows also tend to have big rear ends, while boars have a more muscular front half. Keep in mind there are always exceptions, but measuring a bear is simple. The skull is measured to the 16th of an inch with a caliper across the cheekbones and then from the front of the skull to the occipital bone. Adding the 2 measurements gives you the score, and 18 inches is the Pope and Young minimum. If you want a good bear with a shot at the record book, follow these guidelines. If you want a huge bear, the old adage applies. If you have to ask, it's probably not big enough. Otherwise, if it looks like a Volkswagen, shoot.